didn't here. Now, Rabbi Yitzchak, take. The answer, he said, they didn't feel it. They didn't feel what's going on. They didn't feel. They didn't feel. All the Korach did not feel. He didn't feel he had kinna. He didn't feel he had the palm. He didn't feel Bichlal. Joseph, no, come in, sit down. Sit down. So Pinchas Eliyahu, what is it? The big chiyah. How didn't feel it? How didn't feel it? How didn't feel?
Feel what?
How did it feel? The kinah, that jealousy. How did it feel it? How Korach did not feel? He had jealousy. I didn't feel it. So listen the chidush. There's the big chidush. He says here. Emler Gishu. The Pei Vav, second side, Pei Vav. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines to the top. Lolu Mila Koirach. The Torah Gila, the Torah gives us a secret. B'mila Koirach, what does Koirach mean? Ki lo kol liboy, the heart took him asasu. The meragel, the spine is the heart. Took Koirach, took Koirach.
So what do you know he feel from?
Wait, finish. Wait, patient, wait. Uchachas kina, because of kina, the Emler Gishu b'zeklal didn't feel at all. It says clearly. Not klal the klal. Didn't feel at all. Not finish. Klal the klal. Didn't feel at all. You see a person gets anger, or he has gaiva, emotional. He doesn't ask you, he doesn't feel the gaiva kas. He's a bigger word. You can see this could be, person could be nasty, could be achzori, I say achzori, cruel. And he asks him, he doesn't feel cruel. A lot of things like, because he doesn't, so he tells the secret why. Oya v'noira, he says, a pachad. What happened? Mi v'ola l'bara midas ishchosos. Akosu ki Hashem is ma'isov atovim uloi. Understand what is akosu Hashem? It's not clearly this word. Who will clarify your actions? If you to know who you are, to know to not make sure you don't have bad midos. Who will clarify your actions? So now he tells it like this. He continues. Not only that, they got punished. They got punished. The action and results. Shem oya pa'ula g'doyle mod. There that Pinchas. You listen to me, you're learning something else. You listen, if not, go out. If you don't listen to what I say, I cannot take it. You really have to listen, because you lose out. You cannot do both. Because you're not listening, you're not both. Like a church, you don't know what's going on. And you're losing out. Come out. Listen, because I come close by. I have to see you. I have to look like this for you. Come close. I'll listen. I want to help you. These things, I will help you. It's for your benefit, to help you to grow. Today you're learning Pinchas Eliyahu, biggest soy today. And you gave him in a lot, Pinchas Eliyahu. Biggest soy. Big foundation, Pinchas Eliyahu. Big foundation you're learning today. Big. Who come to the Spanish? I'm telling you definition. It's like he put in his pocket $10,000. Real. Not, if I put in your pocket $10,000, you feel, if I tell you $1 million is a joke. If I put in your pocket $10,000, you know it's real. Or $5,000. It's real. So I really learning this piece today. Bezrat Hashem, you learn the Chidush Sami Kalam. Is giving you a secret of life, how not to fall down in problems. You're married in problems. This is telling you a secret of life. The Yeshiva, if you listen carefully, Yeshiva talks about it so much about it. You listen carefully, Sechet Tzavach to talk about it. והנה, אף השכל נידון לפי הפעולה והפועל והפעולה. Not only the heart controlled Korach. Now, his own mind, listen to me, look my hand like this. The own mind of Korach, he did an action, disgusting action he did. With his mind, he thought to destroy the Yiddishkeit of Klal Yisrael. He says, "Avseicha shenido lefi hapoal v'nifeulo, shem hapoula gdoila ma'od le'akor hadas." His poula, his action is so big, he wants to destroy the Yiddishkeit. Aval nilmod mishon. One want to teach you the midah of a poil, toikaf a poil. Wants to teach you the power, the strength of this paula. Shel midah, now this midah of the heart grabs you. That midah of the heart grabs you is so powerful that you can go and destroy Yiddishkeit. Even a big tzaddik like Korach. You could destroy Klal Yisrael with that midah. The heart grabs you. The eyes and the heart grabs you. Ad sheviya gdolim kamoisam. Till big people like you, Nevi'im, Mekauda Adas, people that accept Torah, bifnim, panim, they saw Hashem, leregel chedeh, they got them to this ched, oy, ma noima amaleda, when we could talk, Hashem yazalanu, lezakik amidos, we have to purify amidos, levam asenim etor, clarify ma'asim etor, v'hine,
What is
purify your midos and make him clarify your actions.
Purify the Zohar with purity.
Yes, purity with Torah. The zakek is also pure. Pure savyamid. The zakek is pure. You take, the zakek means purify the midos and clarify your action that comes with pure. I didn't finish. I want to say a little bit more and explain it more better. You have to read because you have to read a couple more a couple more words, and you get the big finish. He says. The Gemara Barashah says like this. Rab Bar Rav Chama. Ozal Haitayim. He went together with this Arab in the desert. Rav Bar Chama. This is one of the Amoraim. Amoraim is at least almost 2,000 years after Korach. About, let's say, 2,000 years after Korach. Korach was extra time, but 2,000 years after Korach died. He was going in this and in the desert. And this desert, this person, the Arab says to him, he wanted to show him the place where the Gehenna and the sea was going on, what happened to Korach and was going on with Korach. Every 30 days, the Gehenna goes and burns them like a piece of like a meat like a shiklik, like shabab. Shoma Mache, and he hears, he puts his ears and he hears Moshe Emes v'Toroso Emes. Aremir Moshe from the time of Moshe Rabbeinu. Ad Moshe Chava Chamo Midoni Kokach. You saw already 2,000 years about. They punished so many years. They punished on that look how many years they punished them on these words.
So every 30 days for 2,000 years.
No, every 30 days they burned them and the thing, but you hear them saying that thing. Almost for 2,000 years.
So it's 30 times 2,000. And every 30 days.
I don't know exactly the
Whatever how many days it is, but it's not just 2,000 years. It's a lot more than that.
No, 2,000 years.
Every year of 2,000 has a lot of times.
Less.
I don't know if
Every
it's
30 days.
Every 30 days of a year, how many 30 days are in a year?
12.
12.
11 and a half.
30 days. Okay, so that means 12 times 2,000.
Yeah, something like that. If you really look at the Gemara Basa, you see in English exactly whatever. But Chitzur is another point. The point is, Chaim, it punished so many years. After you shoygigim, even though they're not the shoygigim, they're not misleading the shoygig. Varaya, sheitratzu b'mivchan ha'ktoiras, they wanted to do the ktoiras. Oya v'noirahu, the punishment is oya v'noirahu. Kitzarti מאוד בקושי, I really didn't talk too long for it. Le'azir oiti b'fa'al tov is only to warn us to do good actions. I didn't want to explain too much in this negative way, but not the point. He says, Vishtamamti, this is the key word. I underline this, the key word. Vishtamamti מאוד oid. Koicha shemoshe Rabbeinu. Shekol kach mevarer ma'asav. This underline that. This is a key word. The first word is koicha in the line. Koicha shemoshe Rabbeinu oyo kol kach mevarer ma'asav.
That's those important words.
There's the key words.
Explain what those words
Moshe Rabbeinu is strength. He clarifies his actions. Look at this word here. Look at this. I gave you extra paper. You have this? I gave this thing. You see my paper here? Moshe Rabbeinu, the right side here. Moshe Rabbeinu bigger midoisov. And Adi, close the book. It's not the head. So when I learn, you read something else. So ask for paper. You get it. Yes. Now there's a paper. Give a paper.
Up your mouth.
Yes. Here, take it.
He's on the road.
He's in the road. I have to help him.
I don't have it.
I know. I like him. I like
They're
him.
from
Here, take another paper here.
They're from reading another amazing paper. Is that how it is, Daddy?
Here, come. Yeah, there. I have one.
I love it. Good answer, but not right.
I did this paper. I got paper yesterday.
It's not a
Here.
man.
I got paper yesterday. I had paper yesterday. Come take this. Sit down with us. I said like this. Moshe Rabbeinu, there's a big way, a new way how to look at Moshe Rabbeinu. So this is the big chiddush of today. And this is very important for us to change our actions. Today is a Mussar Shmuz has to change you. Moshe Rabbeinu, he clarified his midos and his actions. Moshe Rabbeinu birer midosav and ma'asav.
What it means to clarify?
He clarified. He knew clear who he was, his midos, what his midos.
He knew about himself?
Yes. He knew him by himself what was his midos and what was his action. Korach did not clarify his midos and his actions. He lived. He did the mitzvahs and he did the Torah and he's a god of the Torah. But his midos and his actions, he didn't clarify. This is a Saba Mikanan's Chiddush. He didn't identify. Let's say he had kinna. He did not have kinna. He had jealousy, but didn't realize he had jealousy. He had taiva, and didn't realize he had taiva. He didn't clarify his actions, what he's doing. His midos and his action. He was a big man in Torah, at Shamayim. Big, giant. Chazal, we learned that Rashaz says that Korach was tzaddik. Tzaddik atom yifroch. Ze Korach. Tzaddik atom yifroch. Who was that? Chazal say. Rashaz said, who was it? Korach.
The last letter is Korach.
Korach, right?
Tzaddik,
Right.
Ma'aresh.
He was a big tzaddik. Take your paper from. Yeah. And even so, listen to the big foundation. If you don't jump on the chair today, get the chiddush today, you didn't realize the big. You got a diamond today. You can be a tzaddik, going to the base medish, day and night, but if you don't clarify who you are, your actions and your midos, So you think you have no gaiva, and you're full of gaiva. You know, taiva, full of taiva. You know, gaiva means jealousy, pride. Or you don't think you have. You think I don't care. You know, you think about you have no cruel, and you can be the cruelest person. Who knows? All the midas. They take a list of all the midas. Well, what Shiva said told me one time. It's her name. No name. She should be a guy in Yeshiva. She's very, very, very smooth, very quiet. Well, Shiva used to say to me, "This person is the most angry person that I know." And Yeshiva knows. And his wife and his children is angry person. You understand me? And then thinks he's nice and sweet and nice. But Yeshiva said, I don't know why Yeshiva told it to me, but he wanted to teach me a lesson, to teach me and midos. And he looks nice and sweet. When it comes to his wife, he's a very angry person. That same person. If he didn't realize it, he didn't realize it. I mean, it doesn't clarify your midos. It could be in your house like Hitler. Hitler was a murder. You could come in the house and be a murder. After Shalom. You murder your children and your wife, kids. You can be a father that he kills, he murders his own children. The worst person in the world. And he thinks that's tzaddik. And he thinks that's tzaddik, what he's doing. And he can be the worst murderer, worse than Hitler. Worse, I say. Worse and worse and worse. And worse and worse and worse. And he does it every day the same thing.
Are you saying that he does a lack of self-awareness?
He doesn't realize, doesn't clarify his action.
Doesn't clarify his action?
And action is midos.
Well, midot means traits, right?
Midos means the correct
Traits.
It's character, right? He don't realize what he's doing. He doesn't realize what he's doing.
So that's a lack of self-awareness. So
Very,
how does somebody gain self-awareness?
He has to do is, first thing is you have to sit down and work on himself to realize who he is.
Well, the thing is, if you don't have a mirror, if you don't have somebody like a friend or somebody who can point these things
That is
out,
one way.
But you can also read like Mussar books, but also books like that are
Right,
even
you have
Gentile
to
books,
do
like How to
Mussar day by
Reveal
day.
Honesty and stuff like that.
There's a lot of ways. One way is the biggest way, the biggest healthy way, listen carefully. The easiest way is you have a wife. Your wife, Isha, is Gematria Mussar. Yes. Yes. So when you have, if you listen carefully what the wife Mussar gives you, she can help you tremendously. But most people don't want to listen what their wife says. They only hear the Mussar, what they say.
That's most people.
I'm not talking about most people. I'm talking about the Torah, but I would say it's a general way. If they listen, they really will grow like you never saw.
No, but they will, but you don't.
I don't know. I'm talking about the general.
Public.
A general public. The point is, but this is the easiest way. But really is you have to sit down and learn Mussar every day and check yourself and work yourself cheshbon nefesh and realize where you're holding. You have to check yourself where you're holding and see really and do a calculation. Where's my midos? Where's I'm doing? This is tremendously work. It's like a business person. Shiva said yesterday. And the Mussar said yesterday. You heard it yesterday? Mussar said yesterday. I know yesterday Shiva was here yesterday. We had a tape yesterday, the Yeshiva. And Shiva said yesterday, he said yesterday, if the Hashem with the Chavetz Chaim, in 30 days, if you don't, like a business, in 30 days you don't do a checkup what you're doing, it may business will fall apart. And the person itself, you don't check yourself what's going on, you're basically bankrupt. You're bankrupt. Shiva said,
3 months without doing any accounting.
30
Yeah.
days.
3 days, 3 months, something.
he said 30 days, he said.
I don't know.
He said 30, he said,
3 months.
I mean 3 months, I said that for 3 months. No, he said 3 months. I make sure maybe 3 months.
But Mussar, he's just saying.
But that's not the point. That isn't business. But the point is, the Yeshiva said, if you don't take yourself and you see what's going on in your midas at your mind, and everything, a person can be, and the Yeshiva says is, and the apple doesn't go far away from the tree. The same garbage and disgusting a father could do to his own children, no children do his own children in a kosher way. The same midas goes to the own child, the child does it to his own children. And if the Shem Shamayim, he does the same way. If he doesn't work on himself really, he will do the same way his own children. If he doesn't change himself, he really work on himself. And he must change himself. And you must change yourself. And you must grow and be a different person. You have Abigail and Mussar helps you to change yourself, really grow. And you have to clarify your actions. We have here example, Korach and Moshe Rabbeinu. Korach did not feel what was going on in himself. This is a big insight. You have to jump. Korach did not feel what was going inside. It says clearly. He didn't feel he had kinna, and he didn't feel that the heart grabbed him. He didn't feel it. And he thought the Shem Shamayim is doing it. And he was multi-millionaire, says Chazal. Korach was very rich. And he was a tzaddik. Don't think Korach was not a simple person. Big tzaddik. But he didn't. The Torah is teaching you a lesson. You must know who you are. If they touch your midos, and it can be, who knows what, you have to start to learn. You come into Yeshiva, you have to start to clarify who you are. Clarify your midos. Clarify your actions and clarify your midos. This is a muchach. You have to do it because you have to mussar every day to make sure, to clarify. And it goes every way and it's every way. And because of that doesn't mean you knock off people. See, if I know Mussar and the guy doesn't know Mussar, you knock off the other person. It's not about Mussar. It means you're not about Mussar beginning. You knock off the other person. Because you start to tell everybody, you're not good, you're not good, you're not good. It's like it used to be, let's say names. And he comes to be, no one can be near him even. Because he sees he's trying to work on himself. And he sees this not good, this guy not good, this not good. And he starts to give everybody they're not good. And everybody cannot take him. He's the most not present person to be near him because he's giving Mussar to everybody because he doesn't see the right way how it's to be. It's missing in him. And he has to change it to really, you have to clarify your midah so much. It needs work. This I make this paper. Moshe Rabbeinu clarified his midos.
Can you explain a little bit what you mean by clarify? Identify, clarify, whatever you want to do.
I'll explain what it means. Clarify is the action. You have to do this action, and your mind has to be clear who you are. What is your action and what is your midas? And your mind has to be clear to you. This is the point. Moshe Rabbeinu is clear who he was. And good and bad. He knew his courage. He knew his strength. He knew his good parts, he knew his bad parts. And he worked on himself. Like the son of Mikalim says, he was holding, you heard this, David? We said it a couple of weeks ago. Son of Mikalim, they asked who is the son of Mikalim? He says, he's holding a tiger in his hand, a snake in his hand, and he's holding And the other side, he has in front of him a bear, alive. And he has a lion in front of him, right? And he has there a big elephant, and a caco, and a big a calf. I say a calf.
A calf, a monkey?
A calf that bites.
Scorpion.
A scorpion. And everything in his hands, in front of him. This is a Simon McKenna he was. He knew his own midos that he has in him. That he has in him a midah of a scorpion. He knew he has a midah of a scorpion. If someone touches him, he bites him. And he knew in him he had the midah of a snake. That's if someone goes, he goes like that, and he goes and he hurts the other person. And he had a midah as a bear in him, and he had a midah of an elephant. All these things he knew him. And every moment in his life, he was awake. This says it clear. I read it to you. He was awake of himself to know every action he does that, this comes from that animal part of him. This part of the animal comes from him. And he always, he used to hold the animal not to do bad. And he hold this animal, and inside of it, not to do bad. And this part of the animal, and this part of the animal, and this part of the animal, and this thing, and this thing was him. And he controlled himself completely, 100% for 24 hours a day. I said it to you. He was very sick, Saba Mikela. He was pains. And his someone asked him to write a letter. And what happened is, he gets up like a lion, and he writes the letter. And he writes, very sick. He asked him, how you get up like a lion? It's because I saw in me the laziness of having me so much. I cannot even, even I'm very sick, but I know I cannot let myself to be lazy even a second. Even I'm very sick, I got up like a lion and I wrote a letter. Because I know if I leave myself 1 second in bed, what I have to do, I'll be lazy. And I won't let myself to be lazy. This is the person who has to know, he has to be a master of himself. But you have to know who you are. You have to start to learn who you are. Not learn. Clarify who you are. This is the Chiddush Sami Keller. You have to clarify who you are. We'll continue with Hashem.